Penelope. Dominic, I beg you. I gasped sharply as my mate Dominic thrust into me hard. Each movement sent spasms of pleasure through my body. But something was missing. Love. Please, just one kiss. He rammed deeper, making me cry out. Sweat dripped from his jaw onto my breasts. It felt so good. But the physical connection felt empty, devoid of any tenderness or passion. Just raw, angry mating we both enjoyed. A kiss, he asked contemptuously. You think you deserve that? I stared up at the ceiling, tears sliding down my temples. His hands gripped my hips hard enough to bruise as he continued his relentless pace, making me pant. It was an accident, I whispered brokenly. He didn't mean it. He proved it before he died. Your adoptive father, he spat venomously, murdered Isabella in cold blood. His death changes nothing. His fingers dug into my flesh as he increased his pace. The burning between my legs intensified, until I thought I would split apart. Stars burst behind my eyelids from the pain. Open your eyes, he ordered harshly. I want to see your shame while I claim what's mine. I forced my eyes open, meeting his cold gray stare. No trace of love or warmth resided there. Only disgust and rage stared back at me. The mate bond had manifested when I turned 18. I'd been walking alone in the packed gardens, lost in my thoughts. Then Dominic rounded the corner. One breath of his scent was all it took. The ancient magic flared to life between us instantly. But his heart belonged to Isabella already. His childhood sweetheart. The woman my adoptive father allegedly murdered. Her death poisoned any chance of Dominic accepting me as his true mate. His thrusts grew more erratic. A strangled groan escaped his throat as he finished. He pulled out immediately, leaving me cold and empty on the sweat-soaked sheets. Dominic, I called weakly. Pain stabbed through my abdomen, sharper than usual. Something felt wrong. He didn't respond. Didn't even look at me, as he dressed efficiently and strode from the room. The door slammed with finality behind him. I curled onto my side, shaking violently. Wetness trickled down my thighs. When I touched the sheets between my legs, my fingers came away red with blood. The room spun sickeningly. I fumbled for my phone on the nightstand, nearly dropping it twice before managing to dial. Sarah. My voice trembled. I need you. Please hurry. The pack healer arrived within minutes, medical bag in hand. Her eyes widened when she saw the blood-stained sheets. Let me examine you, Luna, she said worriedly, snapping on latex gloves. The examination was gentle but thorough. Every touch made me wince. When she finished, Sarah sat carefully beside me. You're pregnant, she announced gravely. That's impossible, I argued frantically. I've been taking the preventative herbs religiously. Sometimes they fail, she explained patiently. And in your weakened state, your body can't handle this kind of treatment. You need rest and care. Terror clawed at my throat. You can't tell Dominic, I begged desperately. Please, Sarah. He'll. The words stuck in my throat. We both knew what Dominic would do to ensure no pup of mine survived. Patient confidentiality, she assured me firmly. But you must take care of yourself. Both of you. She cleaned me up efficiently, changing the bloody sheets while I processed this news. The moment she left, I dragged myself to the shower on trembling legs. I stood under the shower, turning the knob until the water burned. I scrubbed my skin raw, washing him off me. Still felt dirty. Still felt owned. My teeth chattered even as steam clouded around me. I wrapped myself in a robe and tried to sleep. Impossible. My mind raced with every insult, every cruel word he'd ever thrown at me. The clock struck midnight. I got up, my bare feet padding silently across cold marble floors. A laugh stopped me, a woman's voice coming from Dominic's study. Then his low growl in response. I froze. Should have walked away. Should have protected what little dignity I had left. Instead, I crept forward. The study door wasn't fully closed. I peered through the gap and my stomach dropped. Dominic was flirting with Kelsey, Isabella's sister, on his desk. Her dark curls spilled across his papers as he kissed her neck, her collarbone, her lips. Those curls so much like Isabella's. Her hands clutched at his shirt, pulling him closer. I hate seeing you with her, Kelsey whispered ardently between kisses. It tortures me. She means nothing, Dominic replied dismissively. Just a duty. You're who I want. My hand pressed instinctively against my still flat stomach. The tiny life growing inside me deserved better than a father who would hate its very existence. We both deserved more than this mockery of a bond. I returned to our room, mind racing while I paced frantically. The mate bond felt like a collar around my throat, choking my spirit. Pack law claimed it couldn't be broken. That's what they taught every wolf from birth. Unbreakable. Sacred. Forever. But my grandmother once told me differently. Before she died, she whispered about rare wolves with ancient bloodlines who could reject the bond. Only those with the purest blood can break what the moon goddess binds, she'd said. I'd thought it was just a bedtime story. Now I wondered. The bond between Dominic and me felt different from what I'd heard described by other mated pairs. There was something unusual in how it formed, how it pulled at me. Like my blood was fighting it, even as my mind submitted. If I could break it, if I could free myself. But who was I? Just an orphan. Nobody special. I pressed my hands to my stomach, feeling the tiny flutter inside. I needed to try. For both of us. Even if I failed, I had to fight for our freedom. My knees hit the floor beside the bed. Eyes closed, I pressed my palms together. Mother Moon. The prayer died on my lips as footsteps approached. Still praying. Dominic's mocking voice interrupted. How predictable. I rose slowly to face him. For once, the sight of him didn't make my heart race. A strange calm settled over me instead. We need to talk, I stated firmly. About what? He demanded contemptuously. Your pathetic attempts at seduction? Or perhaps your habit of spying on private moments? About ending this, I replied steadily. I want to break our mate bond. Dominic. I left her room without looking back, though every step made my wolf snarl in protest. The taste of her lingered on my tongue, her scent clinging to my skin. My body was still excited from taking her. Rough and raw, exactly as she deserved. Alpha. My beta James blocked my path, papers clutched to his chest. The council requests. Not now. But sir, the border disputes. I grabbed his throat, slamming him against the wall. What part of not now escaped you? Sorry, Alpha. He scrambled away the moment I released him. My study door splintered under my fist. Inside, I yanked the whiskey from its shelf, not bothering with a glass. The burn didn't dull the memory of Penelope's body molding perfectly to mine, her gasps of pain mixing with pleasure. Drinking alone? James leaned in the doorway, eyebrows raised at the broken door. Unless you brought actual problems to solve. I drained the bottle. Multiple issues, actually. He dropped a stack of papers on my desk. The McAllister Pact demands reparations for. Denied. They'll protest. Let them. I ripped off my tie. Next. Your mother called. Again. She wants to discuss the Lunas. The bottle shattered against the wall. Get out. James hesitated. She insisted. I don't care what she insisted, I snarled viciously. Everyone seems to forget who leads this pack. No one forgets. He stood his ground. But Luna's appearance beside you is traditional. The pack expects. I slammed my hands on the desk. The pack can fuck their expectations. I won't give more attention to that murderer's daughter than necessary. Penelope isn't responsible for. Careful. The wolf rose in my eyes. Very careful. He backed away, hands raised. The trade agreements need signatures by morning. Leave them. The door closed behind him. I prowled the room, skin too tight, mind clouded with unwanted thoughts. Penelope's father killed Isabella. That fact should override everything. The mate bond, our marriage, my parents' wishes, my own traitorous desires. But my body remembered how she yielded. So sweet and responsive despite my cruelty. The mate bond between us never seemed to shut up, always demanding I return and claim her properly. I hurled my desk chair across the room. The crash drew rushed footsteps. Having a tantrum? Kelsey appeared, sliding through the broken door. Her dark curls caught my eyes, so like Isabella's. Not in the mood, Kelsey. She ignored the warning, drifting closer. You never are lately. Her fingers traced my arm. Too busy with your new mate? The word tasted like poison. Don't. Why not? She pressed against me. Everyone knows you don't want her. That you're only following your parents' wishes. My reasons are none of your concern. But I didn't push her away. Aren't they? Her hand cupped my cheek. I watched you love my sister. Watched that murderer's daughter steal your future. Isabella's memory rose in my mind, and the pain of it was still fresh. The way she laughed. How her eyes sparkled when she teased me. All the dreams we planned, destroyed by one man's betrayal. He killed her, I said shakily. Robert destroyed everything. And now his daughter shares your bed. Kelsey's thumb brushed my lip. It must torture you touching her, knowing whose blood runs in her veins. My hands fisted in her hair, so similar to Isabella's. The whiskey burnt in my throat, blurring past and present. Let me help you forget. She rose on tiptoe, breathing warm against my mouth. Just for tonight. I crushed our lips together, drowning in the feeling of her. She tasted like memories, bittersweet and addictive. No mate bond twisting my gut.
No complicated feelings.
Just pure simple want. She moaned as I lifted her onto my desk, papers scattering. Her legs wrapped around my waist, pulling me closer. Each kiss grew hungrier, more desperate. I hate seeing you with her, she gasped. It tortures me. She means nothing, I said, staring past her shoulder. Kelsey's body felt wrong against mine. Poor imitation. I need this release. That's all. The scent was off. The curve of her neck wrong. When I closed my eyes, I tried to see Isabella, but Kelsey's voice, too high, too desperate, shattered the illusion. I grabbed her hair tighter than necessary. Not the same. Never the same. You could be with me instead, she whispered. We could. Shut up, I growled. Don't talk. Every word from her mouth reminded me she wasn't Isabella. Just her scheming sister playing dress up in her clothes, her perfume. Using my grief to get what she wanted. But I used her to forget. To punish Penelope. My hands roamed her body, chasing echoes of the past. If I closed my eyes, maybe I could pretend. Penelope's mind link shattered the illusion. I could hear her praying in my thoughts from where she knelt in her bedroom, though it couldn't have been intentional. Her scent betrayed her even from here, burning with pain and something darker. I released Kelsey and made my way to Penelope's room. I needed to have a word with her about sending me unprompted mind links. Still praying. I spat contemptuously as I turned. How predictable. She rose slowly from her knees beside her bed. For once, the sight didn't make my heart race. Strange stillness oozed from her instead. Even her face was unnaturally calm. We need to talk, she said steadily. About what? I demanded. Your pathetic attempts at seduction? Or perhaps your habit of spying on private moments? About ending this, she said clearly in the darkness. I want to break our mate bond. I staggered back. It felt as if she had punched me in the gut, and my wolf reared up, fury exploding through my veins. Break the bond? The very suggestion was blasphemy. What did you say? My voice dropped to a dangerous whisper. My wolf clawed to the surface, eyes burning gold. She lifted her chin. I want to break our bond. I stalked toward her, backing her against the wall. After everything I've done for you? Done for me. Her laugh was brittle. What have you done except use me? Hurt me. Her voice softened. I tried so hard to make you love me, Dominic. That word love hit me like a slap. Love? You think you deserve love. Everyone deserves love. Her eyes glistened. For 5 years I've slept beside you. Carry your mark. Hope someday you'll see me, not my father's sins. Your father murdered the woman I loved. And I've paid for it every day. She pressed her palms against my chest, not pushing me away but connecting us. I loved you despite your cruelty, despite how you look through me, despite knowing you fuck Kelsey while I wait in our bed. I knocked her hands away. You're a warm body, Penelope. A convenient hole. Nothing more. She flinched but didn't back down. Then let me go. If I mean nothing, breaking the bond shouldn't matter. You are mine. I slammed my fists on either side of her head. The bond makes you mine. No, she whispered, something changing in her eyes. Her hand pressed briefly against her stomach. I'm more than your possession. I'm ending this with or without your help. For the first time I saw something in her I'd never noticed before. Strength. Will. A flash of something powerful in her blood. Penelope. Dominic stepped closer, his presence suffocating. Take it back. Blood roared in my ears, making them ring. I saw black specks at the edges of my vision. Still, I forced the word out. No. The wolf blazed in his eyes, turning them molten gold. You dare defy me? After everything I've given you? Dominic's chest heaved against mine, rage pouring off him in waves. Let me go. I met his furious gaze. You'll never see past my father's sins. Your father murdered. It was an accident. I yelled back despite his anger. Despite myself. He proved it before they drove him to suicide. His fingers dug deeper. More lies. Like the lies you tell yourself? I clawed at his grip. That you're keeping me out of duty? That this isn't about punishing me for her death? You know nothing about Isabella. I know everything. I could feel my eyes welling with tears now. I know you loved her. I know losing her destroyed you. And I know you'll never forgive me for a crime I didn't commit. Shut up. He slammed me against the wall. You don't speak her name. Why? Because it hurts. I laughed bitterly. Good. Let it hurt. Let it burn like you've burned me these past 5 years. He panted harsh and fast. You're mine. The bond can be broken. I reject you, Dominic. I reject this bond. Dominic's eyes darkened, his chest heaving as he stepped closer, his voice a low growl. You reject me? You think you have the right? You're nothing without me. Weak. Pathetic. If anyone's doing the rejecting here, it's me rejecting you. If you're so eager to reject me, then do it. I've been waiting for this day for years. Waiting for you to finally let me go. You think you're so clever, don't you? Rejecting me, walking away like you've won some kind of victory. But you're forgetting one thing, Isabella's death. You think rejecting me wipes that debt clean. Isabella's death wasn't my fault, and you know it. You've been using her memory as a weapon against me for years. But I'm done carrying that weight for you. I reject your claim. I spat out the words. I reject your mark. I reject everything you are to me. Magic exploded between us. The mate bond screamed in protest as it tore through its foundations. My every nerve ending felt like it was on fire, but I didn't care. I had to endure it for freedom's sake. Dominic, on the other hand, staggered back, clutching his chest. What have you done? My entire body felt as if it had been set on fire. Each heartbeat brought more pangs of pain as the bond shredded apart. My legs finally buckled, sending me crashing to my knees. Stop this. He grabbed my shoulders, shaking me violently. Take it back. Too late. I could feel my vision blacking out. It's done. The bond snapped like a steel cable under too much pressure. Empty coldness flooded the space where warmth once lived. My wolf howled in anguish, mourning what we'd lost. Dominic staggered back, clutching his chest. What have you done? I rejected you. I whispered, swaying on my feet. Forever. He roared, a sound of pure animal pain. The windows rattled. Picture frames crashed to the floor. The door burst open. Kelsey stood there, eyes wide. What's happening? She rushed to Dominic's side. I heard. She broke it. He gasped, blood trickling from his nose. The bond. She broke it. That's impossible. Kelsey rushed to his side. No one can break a mate bond. Well, she did. He shoved her away, stumbling to his feet. I felt it snap. Kelsey grabbed his arm. How? She's nobody, just an orphan. I don't know. His eyes tracked me. But I'll find out. He lurched forward. Kelsey jumped in front of him, hands on his chest. Let her go, she said. This is what we wanted, isn't it? Her out of your life. Move. Dominic, look at me. She clutched his shirt. She just stabbed you in the back. Rejected you in front of everyone. Your reputation. I don't care about my reputation. He grabbed her wrists, yanking them away. Something's wrong. No ordinary wolf could break that bond. So what? Kelsey's eyes narrowed. Let her run. You're free now. We can finally. How did she do it? How did she do it? Because she was right. Kelsey bellowed. She was right all along. Right about what? Dominic snarled. That you never loved her. Kelsey crossed her arms. That your hatred was stronger than the mate bond. Looks like she found a way out. Dominic lunged for me. What did you do? How? He looked hysterical. Mad. I turned to leave. But before I could escape this place forever, I was surrounded. Guards. Dominic's voice cracked. Sweat beaded on his forehead. Take her to her room. No one enters or leaves without my permission. Rough hands hauled me upright. I didn't resist as they marched me through torch-lit halls. Fighting now would only waste energy I desperately needed. The bedroom door locked behind me, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I pressed my ear against the wood, counting footsteps. 2 guards posted outside. I could see their shadows stretching beneath the door. I stumbled to the bed, making sure they heard the mattress springs creak. Then I waited, every muscle coiled tight. I could not relax. 1 minute passed. 2. 3. A pain groan tore from my throat. I thrashed against the sheets, letting sweat bead on my forehead. What's all this noise? The guard's voice was harsh through the door. Shut up there. I moaned louder, clutching my stomach. Please, I need help. Probably faking. One guard muttered to the other. Alpha said she'd try anything. If she dies on our watch, it's our heads. The second guard argued. Keys rattled in the lock. The door groaned open. The larger guard smirked, stepping closer, his hand resting lazily on the hilt of his weapon. What's your game, huh? Alpha said you'd try something like this. Always the schemer, aren't you? Too bad you're not the Luna anymore. Just another pretty face now. The second guard chuckled, leaning against the wall, his eyes raking over me. Yeah, not so high and mighty now, are you? What's the matter? The attention? Bet you're real lonely these days. I clenched my fists, my voice low. You don't know what you're talking about. The larger guard stepped even closer, his breath hot on my face. Oh, we know plenty. Alpha's got no use for you now. But don't worry, sweetheart. We could always keep you company. Make you feel appreciated. The second guard pushed off the wall, circling me like a predator. Yeah, we'd treat you real nice. Maybe even better than Alpha ever did. What do you say, beautiful? You look like you could use some comfort. My fingers closed around the silver dagger, hidden beneath my pillow. Dominic's mother had given it to me months ago. Just in case, she'd said. You're right. I am alone. But that doesn't mean I'm helpless. The larger guard laughed, his breath reeking of arrogance. Oh really? What are you gonna do, my baby? Cry. Beg. Go ahead, we like it when you. The dagger plunged into his side, cutting off his words. His eyes widened, his mouth opening in a silent gasp as he staggered back. You. I yanked the blade free as he collapsed to his knees. I'm not your baby. The second guard froze, his smirk vanishing. You little. He lunged at me, but I ducked, slashing the dagger across his thigh. He cried out, stumbling, and I spun around, driving the blade into his chest. He choked, his hands clawing at the wound as he sank to the floor. I stood over them, my chest heaving, the dagger dripping crimson. You should have remembered one thing, I hissed, my voice cold. I was never just a pretty face. There was pin-drop silence in the hallway. I held my breath, counting heartbeats. No alarms raised. No running footsteps. The pack house slept around me as I crept through the corridors. 5 years of marriage taught me every squeaky floorboard, every creaky door. The cool wind hit my face as I slipped outside, making my red hair blow. The forest was barely 50 yards away, and in its depths I would find freedom. My feet flew across damp grass. Almost there. Almost. A dark shape hurtled from the trees. Massive paws slammed into my chest, driving me down. Yellowed fangs snapped inches from my throat. A rogue wolf. Penelope. The rogue's teeth snapped an inch from my neck. I rolled left, but not fast enough. Claws tore through my shoulder, hot blood soaking my shirt. My stomach clenched, protecting the tiny life inside. This wasn't a normal wolf. Black fur matted with dirt and blood covered a frame that dwarfed any pack wolf I'd ever seen. Rabid red eyes fixed on me as it prowled closer, jaws dripping white foam. It lunged. Pure instinct saved me as I slashed upward with my silver blade. Metal dug into flesh. The rogue jerked back, blood streaming from its muzzle to mix with the foam. My triumph lasted seconds. The cut only made it angrier. I tried backing away, but my movements felt sluggish, clumsy. The pregnancy that should have been my joy now threatened to kill us both. Another lunge. This time its claws caught my thigh. Pain exploded as I hit the ground hard. Before I could move, massive paws pinned my chest. Rancid breath washed over me as yellow fangs descended. Something gray erupted from the shadows. The impact sent the rogue wolf rolling in a fury away from me, as the gray wolf descended on it. My rescuer was fast and agile, dodging the rogue's wild attacks before striking rather forcefully. Blood sprayed as fangs found the bigger wolf's shoulder. "Back away slowly," said a mind-link voice. It felt strange, powerful but gentle. Nothing like Dominic's brutal presence in my head. I scrambled backward on hands and knees, unable to look away. The rogue fought like a berserker trying to overwhelm through sheer savagery. But the gray wolf was smarter, faster, always one step ahead. A devastating blow to the skull staggered the rogue. In that moment of weakness, the gray wolf's jaws clamped its throat. Not killing, dominating. The message thundered through the clearing. Submit or die. The rogue went limp. When released, it slunk into the darkness. My rescuer watched until the monster disappeared. Then he turned, shifting forms smoothly. Where the wolf had stood, a man straightened to his full height. I backed away, raising my bloody blade. "Did Dominic send you?" The short burst of laughter surprised me.
No.
"I'm here because you're in danger." I gathered that. My shoulder throbbed. "Who are you?" "I'm not from the Darkwood pack." He made no move to approach, keeping his posture non-threatening on purpose. "Then why come to me?" "Because you're in danger. And because I know who you are, Penelope." "What do you mean?" "I'm Marcus, Beta of the Iron Mountain Pack." He spread his hands, showing he was unarmed. "And you are the daughter of Alpha Nathan, our true heir." The knife nearly slipped from my numb fingers. "That's impossible. I'm an orphan. I have no pack, no family." "No," Marcus took one step forward. "You were stolen as an infant, taken from your crib during a blood moon. We've been searching for you ever since." "Stolen? By whom?" "Enemies of your father. Rival packs who feared his growing power." Another slow step. "They wanted to destroy his bloodline. They stole you and gave you away. But they failed. And now we've found you at last." My head spun as 2 decades of certainty crumbled. "You're lying. This is some trick. You can feel it, can't you?" He tapped his broad chest. "The power in your blood. The strength that goes beyond normal wolves. The magic that lets you break a mate bond. That's your heritage, the pure bloodline of the moon goddess herself." "I don't understand. How did you find me?" "We never stopped looking. For 23 years your father's scouts searched every pack, followed every rumor." His eyes softened. "When the moon goddess showed us a mate freeing herself from the Alpha's bond through her magic, we knew." "And you expect me to just believe you? Follow a stranger into the night? You don't have to trust me." He smiled gently. "But staying here means death or imprisonment under Dominic's rule. At least I'm offering answers and freedom." He was right. What choice did I really have? "Lead the way." We moved swiftly through the forest, Marcus pointing out hidden paths marked by ancient runes. As we walked, he spoke of the Iron Mountain Pack's history, of power passed down through generations. "Your father never stopped believing," he said as we forded a moonlit stream. "Even when others lost hope, he knew you lived." "And my mother?" "Luna Daphne prayed every full moon for your return." He helped me over a fallen log. "She'll weep with joy to see you." The trees thinned gradually, revealing jagged mountains that pierced the sky. A massive gate rose before us, carved from living stone. Strange symbols decorated its surface, and something in them resonated deep inside me. "Welcome home, princess." Guards in gray uniforms bowed deeply as we passed. Their reverence felt alien after years of contempt from Dominic's pack. The differences grew starker with each step. Where Dominic's packhouse sprawled in ostentatious displays of wealth, Iron Mountain's buildings grew organically from the rock itself. Every stone, every timber seemed ancient and magical. Marcus led me up broad steps to a door wrought with silver. "They're waiting in the great hall." My heart slammed against my ribs. After 23 years of believing myself unwanted, could I face these strangers who claimed to be my parents? The doors swung open silently. A man and woman rose from ornate thrones. His alpha presence dominated the room, and it filled me with respect Dominic had never commanded, but his eyes seemed to beg me to remember. Beside him, the Luna pressed her fingers to her mouth. "My baby," she whispered, tears spilling down her cheeks. "My precious girl." I stood frozen, unable to move. This woman with my red hair and green eyes. This man with my stubborn chin. The truth hit me, they were my parents. My real parents. We searched for you, my father said, his voice breaking. 23 years. Never stopped looking. The Luna, my mother, stepped forward, her hands shaking as she reached for me. May I? I nodded, tears blurring my vision. Her arms wrapped around me and something clicked into place. Her scent, pine and wild honey, felt like a memory I'd forgotten. Penelope, she sobbed against my hair. My Penelope. My father joined our embrace, his strong arms encircling us both. Welcome home, daughter. When we finally separated, I looked up at them through my tears. I never knew. All these years. They stole you from us, my father said, his jaw tightening. Your crib was empty. Your blanket is left behind. We'll make up for lost time, my mother promised, squeezing my hands. We have so much to show you, to teach you. Your bloodline, my father said, pride evident in his voice. It's powerful, ancient. The way you broke that mate bond proves it. Only a true moon heir could sever such a connection. I placed my hand on my stomach. I'm carrying a child. My mother gasped. His. I nodded, then straightened my spine. But I will never return to him or his pack. That part of my life is over. Good, my father growled. You belong here with your true people. What happens now? I asked. My father's expression grew serious. Now we train you. Teach you our ways, our history. The power in your blood. He exchanged a look with my mother. You're my only heir, Penelope. Someday you'll lead this pack. Me. I shook my head. I don't know how. You will, he interrupted. I've seen your strength today. Breaking that bond took courage few possess. For the first time in years, hope bloomed in my chest. This place called to something deep inside me. These people, my real family, saw value in me that Dominic never had. I want to learn everything, I said firmly. And I want to forget the Darkwood pack ever existed. Dominic. Pain ripped through my chest, sharp and hollow where the mate bond used to pulse. My wolf howled, clawing at the emptiness Penelope left behind. The severance burned like acid in my veins. Alpha. James knocked tentatively. The council requests. Get out. But sir, the border patrols reported. I hurled a glass at the door. It shattered, spraying whiskey and crystal. I said get out. Footsteps retreated quickly. Smart man. I paced my office, my steps sounding too loud in the silence. The bond's absence felt wrong, like missing a limb. The mate bond was sacred, unbreakable. No mate should have the power to sever it. Sir. A guard appeared in the doorway, pale-faced. Penelope said she will leave the pack. His statement knocked me back. Leaving? My heart stopped beating for a moment. What exactly did she say? That she refuses to stay imprisoned any longer. He shifted nervously. That nothing could make her remain here. That she'd find a way. My claws extended, scoring deep grooves in the desk. Triple the guards. Post men at every exit, every window. No one enters or leaves without my permission. Especially her. Yes, Alpha. And if anyone helps her escape, their death will be slow. Make sure everyone understands. The guard swallowed hard. Understood. Get the enforcers. I want constant patrols. And see if she's eaten. He practically ran from the room. Alone again, I dropped into my chair. The emptiness inside throbbed in time with my pulse. Without the bond, I couldn't sense her emotions, couldn't feel her presence. A familiar scent drifted through the crack in the door. Jasmine and vanilla. Isabella's signature perfume. No, not Isabella. Kelsey slipped inside, wearing a black silk robe that barely covered anything. I couldn't help but stare at her curves as she sauntered closer. But I felt nothing. Poor Alpha, she purred sweetly as she perched on my desk. The robe gaped wider. All alone in your big office. I stared through her. Leave me alone. Don't be like that. She slid onto my lap, arms twining around my neck. I know you're hurting. Let me help you forget her. Her scent filled my nose, so close to Isabella's yet wrong. Everything about this felt wrong. The curve of her smile, the tone of her voice. A hollow imitation. You're not her. I shoved her off, harder than necessary. She stumbled, catching herself on the desk. You'll never be her. Dominic, please. You think wearing her perfume makes you her? copying her laugh, her mannerisms. I spat. You're nothing but a cheap imitation. Tears welled in her eyes. That's not fair. I love. I laughed harshly. You don't know the meaning of the word. You're just a pathetic girl playing dress up in her dead sister's life. I could be better than her. Better than that murderer's daughter. Get out. When she didn't move, I slammed my hands on the desk. Get out. I have no desire to see your face right now. She fled, sobbing. The door slammed behind her. Good. One less distraction from the hollow ache in my chest. Alpha. James returned. You asked about Penelope's meal. My fingers tightened on the armrests. And the food remains untouched. It is back in the kitchen. The guards report no movement, no sound from her room. Something cold slithered down my spine. How did it? How long? Several hours now. Should we? I surged to my feet, shoving past him. The halls blurred past me as I strode toward her chambers, guards scrambling to keep up. The door stood slightly ajar. Wrong. My pulse thundered as I pushed it open. Empty. The bed lay perfectly made, untouched. No clothes in the closet. No books on the nightstand. Even her scent had faded to almost nothing. Search everywhere. I said dangerously but quietly. Every room, every corner. I want her found. Guards scattered throughout the pack house. I stood motionless, cataloging each missing detail. The silver photo frame is gone from her dresser. The empty space where her mother's jewelry box sat. How long had she planned this? How had I not noticed? Alpha. A guard burst in, breathing hard. 2 men down in the east wing. Injured but alive. Clearly dragged there. No sign of her anywhere in the pack house. James reported grimly. The grounds are clear. The forest. Team searching now, but he hesitated. What? Her trail ends at the tree line. As if she vanished into thin air. Impossible. No wolf could mask their scent so completely. Unless. Get out. When no one moved, I roared. All of you out. The room emptied instantly. I sank onto her bed, the mattress still holding a ghost of her scent. She'd really done it. Really left. The hollow space in my chest ached fiercely. My wolf whined, desperate to chase her, drag her back where she belonged. She won't last a week out there, I muttered. Pathetic little thing doesn't know how to hunt. How to fight. I laughed bitterly. 5 years of keeping her weak and dependent. Never letting her train with the pack. Never teaching her to defend herself. She'll come crawling back, I told myself. Begging for protection. For food. I kicked over her nightstand. What did she think? That she could just walk away? Survive in the wild? The mate bond's absence mocked me. Without it, I couldn't track her, couldn't sense her location or emotions. She was truly beyond my reach. Stupid girl. Playing rebellion. My fist smashed into the wall. The plaster cracked. Blood dripped from my knuckles. She's nothing without me. Nothing. I grabbed her pillow, ripping it apart. Feathers floated around me. Sir. A final guard hovered in the doorway. What should we tell the pack? Tell them their Luna ran away like the coward she is. I threw the torn pillow across the room. And when she comes back starving and broken, I'll decide if I want her back. The guard hesitated. And if she doesn't come back? I stared at the empty room. At all the spaces where Penelope used to exist. My words didn't match the panic clawing at my chest. Tell them their Luna is gone. Penelope. 5 years. 5 years since I stopped being the trembling girl who begged for love from a man who only knew how to hate. That girl is gone. The woman standing here now? She's a masterpiece of her own making. Training wasn't just about breaking my body, it was about rebuilding it. My father didn't coddle me. He threw me into the fire and watched me rise stronger, sharper, untouchable. I learned to fight, to lead, to kill if I had to. My mother made sure I knew the power of a well-placed word. A perfectly timed smile. I can negotiate a trade deal in the morning and slit a throat by nightfall. I've mastered the art of being both the wolf and the woman. Everything is prepared, Princess Penelope, my guardian said, standing at attention. The pack leaders await you inside the great hall. Perfect. I smoothed my ceremonial cloak and stepped forward, my black heels pressing into the ancient soil. The dress hugged my curves, midnight blue silk embroidered with the moon pack symbols. Money well spent, considering the statement I needed to make tonight. Princess Penelope. A young pack member rushed forward. Let me escort you inside. Not necessary, I said firmly. Heads turned as I walked past. Conversations dying mid-sentence. Holy shit, someone muttered. Is that her? Can't be. Last I heard she disappeared after. No, look at her face. It's definitely her. She looks stunning. The great hall doors opened at my approach. Inside, representatives from all the territory packs gathered around the ceremonial fire. Alliance treaties worth vast hunting grounds were being forged with blood oaths and ancient rituals. Quite an entrance, Marcus, my dad's beta, said as he came to stand beside me, though I expected nothing less. Are all the Alpha Council members here? Getting impatient. He handed me a goblet of ceremonial wine. They're not used to being kept waiting. Good. I took a slow sip. A little anticipation never hurt anyone. More wolves gathered, their whispers growing bolder. That's really her? She looks so different. So beautiful. What happened to that scared little mate? Probably found some rich alpha's bed to warm. Or a sugar daddy. Actually, I cut in smoothly, turning to face the gossiping group. I earned every penny myself. Though I appreciate your concern for my pack status. They jumped, faces reddening. I'd moved closer without them noticing. Another skill I perfected over the years. A woman in red pushed through the crowd. Don't act so high and mighty. We all remember what you were. A weak little thing who couldn't even keep her mate. Kelsey, isn't it? I smiled, displaying my pointy teeth. Still hanging around the edges of power. Hoping some alpha notices you? She flushed dark red. How dare you? Oh, I dare quite a lot these days. Marcus cleared his throat. Perhaps we should begin the ceremony? Not yet. I spotted James, Dominic's beta, edging closer. Let them speculate a little longer. Miss Penelope. James bowed slightly. You've changed. Have I? I raised an eyebrow. Or did you just never see me clearly before? I could feel his discomfort as he swallowed. The pack has missed you. No, they haven't. I finished my wine. But they're about to miss my father's territory, aren't they? More whispers erupted. I caught fragments of conversation, speculation about my heritage, my wealth, the power I now wielded so casually. Pack leaders. Marcus struck the ceremonial gong. If I could have your attention, please. The room gradually quieted. Hundreds of calculating eyes turned toward us. As you know, the Great Pack Alliance has undergone significant changes recently. Tonight, we're honored to introduce our new Alpha heir. I stepped forward, chin high. Please welcome Miss Penelope Moon of the Iron Mountain Pack. The guests recoiled, falling silent all at once. I saw recognition dawn as they connected the dots. Moon like Alpha Nathan Moon. The most powerful wolf in 3 territories. Thank you, Marcus, I said easily. Everything felt so effortless now, trained by years of pack rituals and combat. I look forward to working with all of you. This is ridiculous. Kelsey jumped up again. She's nobody, just a rejected mate who ran away. I assure you my bloodline is impeccable. I stared right back at her, refusing to back down. As is my claim to 51% of the Alliance territories. 51%? Someone gasped. That's impossible. Check the ancient scrolls. I smiled. I've been quietly winning territory challenges for 5 years. The whispers grew frantic. I caught more fragments. Nathan's daughter? How did we not know? The Iron Mountain bloodline. She's lying, Kelsey spat. She's nothing but an orphan. An orphan. I laughed.
No, Kelsey.
I'm the daughter of Alpha Nathan, stolen as an infant by his enemies. The orphan you knew was a crafted lie. Prove it. Someone shouted. I pulled out the ancient medallion, holding it high. The large crystal at the center of the hall glowed in response, displaying the bloodline test results, birth markings, official pack records. Satisfied? I asked the suddenly silent room. Or shall I call my father to verify personally? Your father, said a cold voice, stopping everyone mid-sentence. They all turned. How convenient. My heart stuttered, but I kept my expression neutral as I turned. Dominic stood at the edge of the crowd, devastating in a black suit. His gray eyes burned into mine. It seems money can buy everything these days, he continued icily. Even falsified pack records. Nothing's falsified. I held his gaze. Though I understand why you prefer that comfortable lie to the truth, that you spent 5 years abusing the daughter of the most powerful alpha in 3 territories. His jaw clenched. In the past, that subtle tell would have sent me scrambling to appease him. Now it only amuses me. That's enough. He stepped forward. Stop making a scene here. Come back with me.